Something you don't expect to wake up to in your backyard. You can see the bumper of the Tesla is crushed. This looks like crews trying to pull it out. I mean, debris and bricks just scattered all over the yard and even into the water. The good news here is no one was hurt, but the homeowner really just finished renovating that whole area.
It sounded like a bomb went off.
Just before 9 o'clock this morning, Joe Papineau was starting his daily routine when he heard an explosion.
Looked out my window and saw my worst nightmare come true.
He looked outside to see that there was a Tesla submerged in his pool.
It seems like someone else was pulling out, and he was probably coming southbound, probably doing a little bit faster than what he should have been, because once he hit the wall, he actually went airborne into the pool.
Papineau rushed outside to help get that driver out of the car and water.
The driver inside window was able to be rolled down. I was about to mash it out, but then he was able to crawl out, and we got him out of the pool.
Thankfully, nobody was hurt by this, but there is plenty of cleanup work left to do.
It's total. It's done. I mean, I just did the turf as well, you know, so that's going to be probably ripped up and have to be done. Pool's already, it's done.
Yeah, that car smashed up, my goodness. There was an infant's car seat that was found inside, but the driver was the only one in the Tesla when it crashed. Investigators are still figuring out why the car ended up in the water. Of course, as soon as we find out what caused this, we'll be sure to let you know.
Yeah, we want to know.